Hey Weight Wanters, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to be sharing with you some tips and tricks on setting goals and tracking your weight gain journey and progress. As always guys, no long intro, we're going to get straight into the juicy stuff. As this is a weight gain wisdom episode, we are going to be sharing with you some words of wisdom. Really simply guys, to get the best results, you need to get organized and make sure you have a goal in mind. If you are not organized with your weight gain journey, you don't have a goal, you don't have anything that you're walking towards, it's all just vibes. Unfortunately, babes, you're not going to gain off vibes. We've actually got to put a plan in place. We've got to set a goal, and we've got to make sure that we're tracking our progress along the way to make sure that we're keeping ourselves accountable, to make sure that we get the best results. So to start off our video, we're going to be talking about how you guys can start off setting your weight gain goals and the best ways to go about it. First thing to know, I might add some words here. Let me move to this side a little bit just so you guys can see as I'm talking. So first thing is to start splitting your goals into short-term, mid-term and long-term goals. Of course, the end goal is for us to get thick, and whatever that looks like for you, that is going to be your end goal. So maybe if that's for you, maybe wanting to reach another dress size or reaching a certain weight gain goal or just looking a certain way, whatever your end goal is, that is obviously going to be our long-term goal and what we are working towards in the long term. However, your weight gain journey is a marathon, so we need to break it down into mid-term and short-term goals as well. So especially in the beginning of your journey, your short and mid-term goals are going to be really important for building the foundation of your weight gain journey, your routine, and making sure that you're keeping on track. How I would go about splitting up your short and mid-term goals is your mid-term goals focus on goals that you want to do within 1 to 3 months, okay? You can even, for example, set different types of midterm goals. So maybe you want to have a general umbrella of your midterm goal, which is over a 3-month period. So maybe let's say from January to March, you have a midterm goal. By March, you want to reach this point. But you can break it down a little bit, still in a midterm goal, and maybe just focus on 1 month at a time to then build up to March. So have a January overview, February and March, and then of course you're going to have the whole midterm goal. And then you're going to obviously further break that down into your short-term goals, where you can break it down into weekly and daily goals. Now, weekly goals can include things like making sure you go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, making sure that you get a smoothie in a certain amount of times, making sure that you're not skipping breakfast, those little things that you need to perfect. And trust me guys, the little things are what you need to perfect on your weight gain journey to make things easy for yourself. If you're not mastering the little things, it's going to be really hard for you to keep up the big things when you're not feeling motivated or you're just having a bad day. With your short-term goals, you can use these however work for you. So whether that is writing down, some daily goals on your phone, in your notes, whether it's writing it down in your journal, setting some reminders on your laptop, however works best for you, even leaving post-it notes around your house is a way that you can make sure that you're staying on top of your goals. However you do it, that's what you should do. And that is also another word of wisdom for you on your weight gain journey. Make sure that you find what works for you. Just because one person likes to write their goals down on their phone every day, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's something that works for you. You might not check your phone that day. You might not use your phone in that way or have that connection with your phone to kind of use it to set reminders and goals. So find what works for you, and that is in every aspect of your weight gain journey. So next we're going to move on to how to actually set good goals, okay? Because, short, mid-term, long-term goals, but how do I even go about setting those goals? What are realistic goals? What's really going to work for me? So our acronym of the day is SMART. And you may have heard this before, but we're going to go through it anyway, what it means and how you can apply this to your weight gain journey. Let's start going through what each letter means. So S stands for specific. So making sure that you set yourself a specific goal. Let's say my midterm goal over a 3-month period of January to March, I want my goal to be building up a consistent gym routine, and I want to get to training 4 days a week in the gym. Just an example. That is a specific goal, as opposed to just saying, I want to start training or I want to start building my bum. It's not really a specific goal. You need to be specific and you need to have a laser focus on what that goal is. So we move on to M, which stands for measurable. So this is making sure that your goal is something that you can measure, because if you're setting goals with something that you can't really measure and track and, progress forward, then it's going to be really hard for you to see if you're actually making progress. So making sure that your goal is something that you can measure. Going back to our example of setting up a consistent gym routine, obviously this is something that you can measure by tracking your workouts. Maybe you're not even signed up for the gym yet, but over the course of the 3 months, you can make sure that you're tracking your workouts down each week to see where that consistency starts to build up. And this is something that might be a short-term goal of yours to build up to the midterm goal. See how it works out? Next, we go on to A. This is making sure that you pick an achievable goal. Okay, guys? For example, if I said that within 3 months, I want to go from no gym experience to being able to have, 150 kg squat, that is just something that is really not, achievable for your average person that is trying to live life. Do you know what I mean? So make sure that your goal is actually something that you're going to be able to achieve within the time that you set it. Next, R, and that stands for relevant. Okay, so this is really, really important. And I think a lot of people miss out this step, but make sure that whatever you're doing is relevant to your goal. If your general goal is weight gain and you're trying to build up consistency in the gym to then gain weight, you wouldn't want to go to the gym and do cardio 3 times a week, because that is just not relevant to your goal. Even if you're in the gym, it's not relevant to your wider goal, your long-term goal, which is to get you to the size you want to be, the shape you want to be. If you're running on the treadmill for 3 hours a week, it's just not going to be relevant. So of course, you're going to make sure that you're doing training that is relevant to your goal and using weights to help shape your body. Now, the last letter is T, and this stands for time bound. So of course, we don't just want to set goals and have no deadline, have no finish line, because when you do that, it's more likely for you to forget about that goal because you haven't set something in your mind that you are going to work towards. So for example, like we said in the beginning, making our goal specific, we want to make sure that we add in that time as well. And the time that we gave ourselves for that goal was 3 months. So to run through all of that again, you want to make sure that you have a specific goal, something that you can actually measure either by tracking your workouts, tracking your weight, tracking your meals, whatever it may be that you have a goal for. Making sure that your goal is something that is achievable. You might need to look back and refine it a little bit. Making sure that you are doing the relevant work to work towards your goal. And lastly, to make sure that you set a time limit and a deadline for your goal. So now we're going to go on to how you can actually track your weight gain journey to make sure that you are staying on track. So my first tip is using a calorie counter app. And before I go any further, I just want to make it very, very clear that if you are someone that feels very triggered by numbers, or you are someone who's maybe suffered with an eating disorder before, or even if you're someone that's a bit obsessive with things, maybe don't go for calorie counting. When I say using a calorie counter app, I really mean it loosely. And the only reason why I believe that you should be using a calorie app on your weight gain journey is to give you a better idea on what you're actually consuming. So when I started my weight gain journey, I used to think that I was eating so much all the time. But when I actually started to track my calories, I found that some days I was eating, like 2,000-3,000 calories, and other days I was like just about reaching 1,000 calories. So a calorie counter app really humbles yourself and really lets you know how much you're actually eating. It is something that it is hard to keep up. However, once you get into the flow of it, it is really easy, and the apps are really advanced these days. So you can make your own meals. So if it's something that you have, again, a home cooked meal, you don't have to go and put all the ingredients and everything like that in again. You just got the meals in there, and you can split it up for the servings that it's served as well. And you can also scan food items as well. So if you're just picking up a snack from the shop or on the go, you can scan the barcode on the food item and it will come up on the app too. So they are really helpful. I wouldn't say calorie counting is something you need to do permanently, but it's definitely a good indicator for you to start your weight gain journey, so you know how much you're actually consuming, and then you can start to build on that. Our second tip is to partner up with someone who is also trying to gain weight. So you can reach out to us or someone in the weight gain community on our Instagram or TikTok page and simply create an accountability partner, and having someone that is just going to hold you accountable for whatever goal you have. I would recommend sticking to one goal at a time. Maybe you change them up every month. But if you both set yourself one goal, support each other on the bad days, and of course congratulate each other on the good days as well, it's going to be a really good way for you to feel empowered on your weight gain journey, and of course keep yourself accountable as well. Our third tip for tracking your weight gain journey is to journal. So a journal is a really good way that you can actually look back and see what you have done. You know, as we was kind of saying earlier with tracking your workouts and stuff like that, if you've got a journal to look back on and actually see what you've done, then it's going to be easy for you to actually see the progress that you've made. Maybe every month you're going to update your stats or your dress size or how you feel about your body, and then you can look back at that and see how you're going to progress further. I'm excited to show you that we have created the Weight Watchers Gains Planner, which is going to help you track your progress on your weight gain journey, hold you accountable, and keep you on the gains train. So without showing you everything, because this is not a reveal, okay, I'm just excited. So I'm just going to show you a few of the pages that are going to be really useful when it comes to tracking your weight gain journey. To start off, each week you will be able to track down different habits that are going to help you on your weight gain journey. So we've got your mood, smoothies, workouts, water, and your meals. So guys, you can track this also however you want, whether you want to use colors, smiley faces, numbers, whatever floats your boat, do you. And then we've also given you a space down here to write down one thing that you're going to focus. So set your intention each week, something that you're going to do that's proactive for your weight gain journey. And then guys, we have given you a section to plan out your meal prep routine for the week. So of course, everyone's meal prep routine is different, which is why we just left free space for you guys to plan how you're going to prep your meals for the week and what meals you're going to prep for the week as well. And also here you get to circle one meal of the week that you're really going to focus on tracking. So let's say you want to work on your breakfast, just circle breakfast for the week, and that is your chosen meal that you are going to make sure that you are not skipping that week. On the next page, you are going to have space to write down your food ideas for the week as well. So once you've done your food planning, you can just jot some ideas down throughout the week so you don't forget and you've always got inspiration at hand. You also have a page for your workouts to set down your training focuses, highlights out the week, and also to give your workout week a little rating. And then moving on to the end of the week review, where you just give yourself a little review for the week, a little rating, see how it went, and follow on throughout the rest of the month. So like I said, guys, I'm not showing it to you all because that would be a reveal. And that's not what it is, but they are a few of the pages that we have in the planner to help you track your weight gain journey. It is going to be out in January. Make sure that you are signed up to our email notifications to make sure you do not miss out on this drop, because this little bad boy is going to help you stay on track. All right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. So just to summarize, when it comes to setting goals, make sure that you are intentional. Set up your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals and break it down using your SMART acronym. And when it comes to tracking your journey, see how you feel about using a calorie counter app. If you don't like using a calorie counter app, then simply just track the amount of meals that you're having a day or the amount of snacks that you're having each day as well, instead of specifically using a calorie app. Find someone to partner up with so you can have an accountability partner. And lastly, of course, make sure that you get your hands on the Weight Watchers Gain Planner to make sure that you are tracking all the weight gain habits that you need on your journey. As always, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video by saying happy gaining.